It's all about putting your heart first before you put money there.
You are actually investing in the community and making it better. When you see that you help someone in need, that truly is satisfying.
Hello, and welcome everyone to Hanson Career Connect, a platform to hear from experts who are making a profound impact in their area of expertise. Tune in to learn how to kickstart and elevate your career journey. Community engagement and social responsibility are emerging as essential trends for businesses the past years. As per Imagine Canada report, 84% Canadian businesses donate to charities every year. Companies that prioritize giving back are not only fostering stronger relationships with their local communities, but also enhancing their brand reputation and attracting clients. Our today's segment is joined by an inspiring leader, Divya Nayak, the Chief Operating Officer and co-founder of Capstone Networks. Divya is not only a seasoned executive in consulting and business strategy, but also a champion of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and a dedicated philanthropist. Divya, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Divya, you have been so active in supporting causes that uplift communities. You co chaired a rally in the ravine that helped raise funds for Northrop General Hospital. That was very inspiring. What moments in your life really sparked that passion for giving back?
That's a great question, Hardeep. Um, just to give you a little bit of background of what sparked that in me, I grew up in a family that believed in giving back to the community. So my father, my grandfather, my mother were all involved in community services at different stages of their life. I was taught from a very young age that a gift that is given without any expectation of reward is extremely beneficial to the giver and the receiver. So that has been a driving force for me and my family in the way we live and in the way we give. So many people actually think that if you have to donate millions of dollars, right, to make things count. But you know what? Money is not the only commodity that you have with you to give. North York General Hospital is the local hospital where my kids were born. I have been there for my own healthcare as well. So when a leader in the community actually reached out to me and asked me if I could help the hospital, um, it was a no-brainer for me. I didn't have to think twice. I donated money, of course, but I also gave my time and my expertise as the co-chair for Rally in the Ravine. And we helped raise funds, much needed funds for the hospital. So when you help a hospital, you are actually investing in the community and making it better. And that gives me great joy. I believe where I live, I have to make it better. And that ignites the desire in me to get involved in these, endeavors.
It's all about putting your heart first before you put money there to really help
Absolutely,
anybody, right?
absolutely. You got that right.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And also, what a proud moment when you received the Canada Humanitarian Award and the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Award for your efforts during COVID 19. How was it? And it must be emotional and uplifting for you.
Oh my God, yes. That was a surreal moment for me. Receiving these awards, especially the Canada Humanitarian Award and the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Award, was a very significant and emotional experience for me. But let me tell you, COVID-19 was a very scary and tough time for everyone, right? And for me, especially for us, we have a consulting firm. It was quite tough because everything came to a standstill. That was the time when the government was calling out for help. And when we heard that, I stepped up. We reached out within our networks and we were taking personal protective equipment, PPEs, like face masks, face shields, the hospital gowns. We were reaching out within our networks and we took them to people and organizations that needed it. It was not at all easy because this this specific industry has a lot of regulations, and especially hospital government organizations, they have their own regulations, size requirements, license requirements, all those kind of things, right? But we did our due diligence, we learned things, we got licensed, and we made sure that these equipments were delivered to the organizations in need and
Yeah.
on time.
Yeah.
So although I did those things never expecting to receive any awards or anything like that,
Yeah.
when I did receive the award, it was really great. It is actually, these awards are actually a recognition of your hard work
Yes.
and dedication, especially during challenging times like COVID-19 pandemic. And yes, it truly felt great, and reminding you that your efforts truly matter.
Yeah.
So that was really surreal
Yeah.
and very uplifting for me.
Yes. And I'm sure that the biggest reward one can get is more to see that my efforts have changed somebody's life,
Oh,
or
absolutely.
added value to somebody's day to day.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. That gives you a great satisfaction,
Yeah.
more than anything else. When you see that you help someone in need, that truly is satisfying. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it's a great learning for a young generation out there who just want to start that giving out. So, as you said, it's not, you don't have to start by giving out money, but you can just start by a small act. Right.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. A small act goes a long way and it creates a greater impact.
Yes. Aspiring individuals who want to be involved in the communities but don't know where to start. Based on your experience, what are the different ways to give back and involve in social and community causes?
Hardeep, I truly believe where I live,
Mhm.
I have to make it better.
Yeah.
So that has been a driving force for me in many things that I do and in the different things that I get involved in. But what I would say is for young students or for the next generation, right? There are so many ways you can get involved within the community, so many ways for you to give it back, to give back to the community. Uh, One thing I would say is volunteer locally. Look around you, look for local organizations that align with your interests and your expertise or your skill set that you have. Whether it's a food bank, whether it's animal shelter, whether it's a youth mentorship program, there are many things. So volunteering locally is
Yeah.
one thing that I would recommend that young people start with. Another thing is fundraising. So I talked to you about the North York General Hospital, right? Um, uh, I truly believe hospitals are a great place to start to help with in their fundraising efforts because, again, you're giving back and investing in the community that you live in. But participate in or organize events, be it big or small, to raise money for causes that you truly care about.
Yeah.
And this could be anything from charity runs to bake sales.
Yeah.
If you go for small residency walks, you could see little kids
Yes.
selling lemonade
Yeah.
stands, right? Those are all great things
Yeah.
to start with. And another thing, and one thing that you can truly, truly make a huge difference is supporting local businesses. So if you want to purchase something, support local mom and pop stores, small businesses. And that will, supporting entrepreneurs in your area will go a long way in making sure your community becomes better because
Mm.
at the end of the day, you are investing back in your community, which will be great for you, for you to live in.
Mm.
So I think those are great places to start and build your networks and connections.
Yeah. So that just reminded me of something that if you want to change the world, you start the change, and then the
Of
world will
course, you
change
have to become the
automatically.
change.
Yes.
Yes.
There is another saying, doing well by doing good, which speaks to an idea that companies can succeed while making a positive impact. How has giving back influenced your business journey?
That saying, doing well by doing good, it resonates so well with entrepreneurs. See, I'm a co founder of Capstone Network, so I'm an entrepreneur myself. I'm
Yeah.
the chief operating officer there. And giving back has shaped our business in so many ways. Uh, Number one, see, we are not, first of all, we are a small business,
Yeah.
right? We are a strategy consulting firm headquartered in Toronto. When we started off, we didn't have that big of a network, but getting involved locally with many organizations, that has helped us build trust in the community. Um, because when you get involved in the community for a cause that you believe in, you're building trust within potential customers that you would have. It has built our identity, our brand identity for Capstone. Um, it has helped with shaping and building our mission, like we got involved within the healthcare industry,
Yeah.
right? So, those are all instances that shape your brand, shape your identity, and also expand our network.
Yeah.
So, it helps build one, I would say, builds our identity, helps build trust, helps build your network. Volunteering, I will tell you, it has remarkably expanded my network. And I encourage our associates, our employees to go volunteer locally, volunteer with causes that matter to
Yeah.
and that magically expands your network. And also, it builds you for long term success. So it's very important, I feel, doing good. And again, coming back to what I say, do good without expecting reward or return. That's the best way because that builds your value, builds your credibility, and builds you for long-term success.
Yeah, that's very well said.
That's my 2 bits.
And to the young generation who always say that I don't have time, I have a lot to do, I don't have time. Can you please share some of your ideas how to make time for the good causes?
you know, if you want something, you have to make time. So making time does not mean, okay, stop doing everything
Yes.
else, right? Making time is how you prioritize things in your lives and then put in that additional time to give back to the community. Because when you give back to the community, good things happen.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that.
Mm.
So when you say, oh, I don't have time to do that, or I don't have to do, I'm doing so much, I'm overwhelmed, I don't have time to do this also, remember that should be one of the priorities. So if you have a very busy schedule, you have to look at your schedule, first of all, and see, okay, what is important in there? How does it matter? What makes you happy, right? And then start prioritizing that. Start with a small thing as a to do list.
Yeah.
You start with a to do list, and then you are now starting to make time or allocating time for the different priorities and things. And giving back should be there in your top 5 priorities. So
Mm.
at least I do that, and I hope.
And I think you are a great example. You are your mom, your mother, you are entrepreneur, you own your own business, and you are very well involved in community as well. So I'm sure there is a lot of learnings from your journey.
Thank you.
Yeah. And could you share a personal story of how fostering diversity had an impact on your company's success?
At Capstone, one story that really stands out is when I launched the diverse procurement strategy. I aimed it at supporting diverse and underrepresented suppliers. I assigned each of my senior associate with working with a diverse subcontractor, right? So that was one of the things that we said, be it if we are procuring for one of the projects with our clients, maybe we want to get a translation expert. Maybe we wanted to procure, like, let's say, our face masks or shields. We ensured that we worked with, be it women-owned business or be it a business that was owned by an underrepresented group. But we wanted to make sure that within our small networks of suppliers, we wanted to make sure that um, we did what we preached, right? So we wanted to make sure that we followed that as well. And initially, I didn't know what to expect, right? So I wasn't sure how that would work out, whether our clients would be okay with it. We did not know what kind of quality we were looking at, but we were so surprised. The results were absolutely amazing. The exchange of experiences not only strengthened relationships within our team and with our clients, but we also had innovative solutions to projects for our clients. And this was very indicative that diverse viewpoints foster creativity.
Yes.
And as a result, we saw a noticeable boost in team performance. And the success of this program actually reinforced the idea that diversity isn't just a nice to have thing, but it is a driver of success.
Yes.
And yeah, we learned that firsthand.
That's awesome. And for young professionals who are eager to make a difference in both DEI and community engagement, who just want to be involved, what's something they can start doing today to create that positive change they aim for?
It's a very important topic
Mhm.
because we see the demographics change within our community, right? Not just in Canada, but with all the global migration, with all the things that we see that's happening, we see a lot of change in demographics, not only within the community where we live in, but also where we work. And I believe as leaders and change makers, the first thing to do is engage in active listening and learning. You can start today, which I do, right? Engage in active listening and learning. So take time to listen to the experiences of people from diverse backgrounds. This could involve having conversations with colleagues, attending community events, or participating in workshops focused on DE&I. Um, by understanding different perspectives, you'll not only gain valuable insights, but also build authentic connections. This foundation can lead to initiatives that are genuinely reflective of the community's needs.
And I have one question about mentorship. Sometimes we want to ask questions or we want to do something what we don't know where to start with. And we're so afraid of asking somebody. And I feel like that's where mentorship play a very important role. And a lot of young generation are maybe shy or more hesitant to approach somebody. So could you share some tips? How can a young generation who wants to do something can approach the leader or somebody they aspire from for mentorship?
You know, mentorship, I feel, has not been given the importance that it should.
Mhm.
You know, especially when you are new to a country, especially when you are, if you're new to a community, right? It's very important to see what or where you would like to be, right? And how do you get involved? Where do you learn? How do you start? Like you said, right? What do you have to do? So here are a few steps I would say could help. Um, but again, you have to see what helps you, right? But some practical things that you could start off by doing is, first of all, do your research. You cannot do anything without starting your research first. Before reaching out to anyone, learn about that person's background, expertise, accomplishments. This shows your genuine interest. And it also helps you tailor your request when you're approaching that person. Be clear about your goals. Number two, that's two. Be clear about your goals. When you approach them, be specific about what you hope to gain from the mentorship. This could be guidance in your career development. This could be industry insights or some specific skills that you want to learn. So you have to be very specific.
Yeah.
Three, craft a very thoughtful message, whether it's an email or a direct message. Keep it concise but warm. Introduce yourself. explain what you admire in them the most, and express your interest in mentorship. Four, be respectful of their time, right? Because that person might be very busy, they may have a busy schedule. Um, so just a short meeting if you can. It could be a virtual meeting or it could be a phone meeting. So just or an in-person meeting, right? But keep it short and be flexible with the timing. Don't be fixated, oh, I have to go on this day and meet this time. No, be flexible. Prepare questions. Don't just show up there and chit chat about nothing, right? Prepare your questions ahead of time because that directly now shows that you respect their time. If they agree to meet, come prepared with questions. This shows you value their time and are serious about the mentorship. Now, follow up. If you don't hear back from them, don't feel offended. Don't feel, oh, they don't have the time for you. No, it's just that maybe they have a busy schedule and then sometimes it could have just slipped through the cracks, right? So if you don't hear back initially, it's okay to send a polite follow up message after a week or so and see where it takes you.
Yeah.
So those I think are great places to start. And once you've got that important time slot and you've set the time, met with them, got their feedback, show appreciation. Whether they agree to mentor you or not, express gratitude for their time and for their consideration. And if you do establish a mentorship, great. Keep them updated on your progress and your successes. Those are some of the best practices for a mentor mentee relationship. And believe me, those things work and those things can take you places.
I think today's session is one of the most inspiring session for me. I'm sure our listeners will get a lot of value from it and will start giving back to the community, which will help back in their businesses. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights on community involvement, philanthropy, and corporate social responsibility. Your commitment to making a positive impact inspires us all. Thank you so much one more time.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
We hope you feel motivated to engage with your communities and explore ways you or your future businesses can give back. Remember, even small actions can lead to a meaningful change. Whether you're starting a new program or you're doubtful about getting into new industry, Hanson College is here to guide you at every step of your journey. Visit our website and explore a variety of programs we're offering and connect with our admissions team today. Thank you for joining us on Hanson Career Connect. Let's continue to make a difference together. Thank you. Until next time.